Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character theater by me. So let's get into it. Child. Child actually spoils you a lot and doesn't even need to most of the time. He takes you out on shopping trips. Literally buys anything you look at. And sometimes you feel like it's too much. But for Child, that was barely the minimum that you had to get. He just wanted you to have everything you wanted. Everything you ever dreamed of. Because you couldn't be his partner, child, who had all the money you could want and feel like you wanted something you couldn't get at. He would pluck out the stars from the sky if it meant that you would be happy. He would literally do anything for you. And I mean it. He spoiled you so much. Maybe too much on some occasions. But it's all good natured. And honestly, he deserves all the love he gets afterward. And even without all the spoiling, you would still love him either way. I mean, you didn't love him for nothing. He had the great personality and the looks to go with it. He was amazing and perfect just that way. Everything about him was so good. And sometimes, it wouldn't be just about shopping with him. He would even spoil you by kissing you and making out with you. But maybe that was not the topic that we're talking about, is it? Albedo. Albedo spoils you a lot. Sometimes, even his looks, the way he would glance at you, with so much love in his eyes, would feel like they were too much for you to handle. That's just how his emotions would travel to you. He could convey his emotions so easily and so well, enough to make your heart race, enough to make anyone just wish that they were you. Albedo could kiss you in the middle of work, and maybe to anyone it would be a normal kiss. But to you it was so passionate. The way his lips were so soft against yours. The way he was looking at you with so much love in his eyes. And everything felt. The way his hands would cup your face gently, or his arms would wrap themselves around your waist. They were just too much. They were so nice. The feeling and gentleness behind it all. And even more than that, when you went home, it was something else entirely. You felt like you were in heaven. Just by being with Albedo. That's just how good everything with him felt. Venti. Oh, Venti was such a romantic lover, and he didn't even have to try most of the time. He would write poems about you, songs, and sing them to you all night, and to everyone around who wanted to hear. He would look at you and wink, smiling, and you could tell that every word he wrote was real, right from his heart. He would kiss you, and to anyone, he was just a normal guy. But you knew the truth behind Venti, and the fact that he let you be so intimate with him, that he let himself be vulnerable. It was something so otherworldly. The way you would get to experience his emotions, and be the first to do so. The first one to kiss him. The first one to hold him in your arms that way. He felt so many things with you and they were indescribable. But he made sure to show his feelings in every word he said, in every look he sent you, and in every song he sang. All of them were poems and a love letter to you. Kazuha. Oh, Kazuha was something else entirely. So at first, he's gentle with everyone, right? Soft, and complete understanding and caring. But with you, somehow, he managed to make it a different story. The way he was with you was different. He wasn't touchy with anyone, at all. Maybe a hug every once in a while. But when you're around, he would at least hold your hand. Or wrap an arm around you, holding you close. He really just loved having your body touching. Almost all the time when you were around. He loved kissing you. And if you were in a crowded place, all he would need was a kiss in the cheek or the forehead. And since he was very good at poetry and knew just how to pick his words. The words he would say to you, to compliment you, or voice just a simple declaration of his love, would make your heart melt and sweep you off your feet. Literally, he was so good at it. The way he could make your heart race with just a few words of his own choice. He knew what he was doing and he was perfect at it, not just merely good. And if it kept you smiling like this and blushing, he would do more than just that. Scaramouche. Scaramouche is really nice and kind, but all of that was hidden under the closed up exterior that you present to people, and you too at first. But with you, he would spoil you so much. He loved having you close to him. He loved having you sit on his lap, kissing you and admiring you every moment of his day. And though he couldn't do that for a relevant moment for sure, he still made time for you whenever he had to, whenever he had the free time to do so, because he was busy and had a lot of work to do. But during the hours you would spend with him during his day, he felt loved more than any other woman on earth. It was the way he worshipped you, like you were a goddess. The way he would love you and kiss you and tell you that you meant the world, and you would believe it all, just because it came out of his lips, just because of the conviction he held as he said those words to you. Scaramouche may not be a romantic, but somehow he knew just how to get his feelings towards you, and he was extremely good at it too. I mean, who knows? Maybe animal boys are just perfect like that. Probably. Xiao. Xiao may not actively spoil you or seem like it. He's not talkative and not very affectionate, but he was making an effort. And honestly, for you, that was more than enough. It made you happy, but he went out of his way, because since you couldn't express his own love through words or touches yet, even though he was trying, he took you to special locations with a lot of sentimental value in them, like places that he spent time with his friends or siblings, places he cared about and would spend his time there in solitude, now sharing them with you, because you were so precious and he wanted you in his life, in every part of it. And once he actually tries, sometimes even cuddles you while you're there. The two of you stargazing, admiring the scenery around you. It was one of the softest moments that you would have, and though it wasn't much to many, it meant the whole world to you, because he was trying, and that alone was the best thing that anyone could ask for.